right, new phone and therefore a new camera. Let's see how well this goes. So it's time for another book haul, and this time it's something a little more special because I'm actually answering a challenge that was put forth by my good friend Jake from PulpMortem. He came up with this little hashtag challenge, little booktube challenge that he calls Change for Books. And the idea is essentially to scrape together from around the house all the loose change you can find and use that to buy yourself a bunch of books for a book haul. And that's exactly what I did. I started out with this little plastic bag that originally had $16.39. I spent $6.32 at various thrift stores and purchased 8 books with that. I'm not sure if I was supposed to spend everything, but I didn't. And, Jake didn't really specify the rules all that well in his original video. So, just going to go off of what I got and show them off for you guys. The first one I picked up was Riders of the Purple Sage by Zane Grey. Riders of the Purple Sage is a very old Western. I believe it was originally published in 1912. But ever since I got into Westerns, I heard that Zane Grey is a very influential Western writer and that Riders of the Purple Sage might be his best book. I don't know anything else about it. But this is a nice old 80s paperback edition. It is the first time in paperback, so it's the first paperback edition. I like this grizzled-looking gunslinger on the front cover. Very cool. So I will definitely get around to that sometime soon. And then I got 3 books by Kevin Hearn from his Iron Druid Chronicles series. The Iron Druid is supposedly a lot like the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher, which I love. Apparently they're about this 1,000-year-old druid living in modern-day Arizona, and he tackles various supernatural threats to the human world, a la Harry Dresden. And so yeah, if I ever get around to catching up with the Dresden Files series, I'll have something to lean back on to fill the void. But I don't really know anything else about this series, aside from that. I don't even know which books in the series I have, like which ones, like which order they are in. I know the first one is called Hounded, because I seem to remember listening to a bit of the audiobook a long time ago. I fell asleep listening to it, unfortunately, so I don't remember much about it. I don't know how much that says about the series, but I always fall asleep when I listen to audio of any kind, so it can't be too bad. But the first one I picked up was Hunted. And then we have Hammered. And lastly, Tricked. So yeah, 3 books from the Iron Druid Chronicles. Please let me know in the comments if you've read these books. Let me know if they're any good, because I'm very interested in reading those once I finish up the Dresden Files. I picked up all 4 of those, all 3 of those Iron Druids and the Riders of the Purple Sage. I picked those up at a thrift store where all their paperbacks were only 50 cents. So paying $2 and some tax for 4 books, that was a pretty good deal. And at the next thrift store, I picked up this. This is Yendi by Stephen Brust, which is the sequel to Jereg. Never heard of that series before. But I like the cover. I like this magician-looking guy with this dragon on his shoulder. And I loved the little blurb on the front is what sold me, in which Vlad and his Jereg learn how the love of a good woman can turn a cold-blooded killer into a real mean SOB. That is awesome. So I went ahead and picked that up. I have no idea what it's about. I just know that little blurb sold me on it. And then next I picked up this big, hefty Tor science fiction novel. This is the first of the Exordium series by Sherwood Smith and Dave Throwbridge. This is Phoenix in Flight. Phoenix in Flight. I love the little goofy-looking aliens on that front cover and the bottom. They look awesome. And then this dude in the middle with just like the button-up shirt is like, you guys supposed to be doing that? What's going on here? Is that a view screen? What's that supposed to be? A Palantir? Shouldn't be looking in the Palantirs. They're not all accounted for. You never know who might be listening. And then next I picked up Frank Herbert, God Emperor of Dune. I've never actually finished the original Dune. I always get like halfway through it, and then I put it down and don't come back to it for a while. I will finish it someday, but I just love that cover for God Emperor. Such a cool cover. So yeah, one day I will read all the Dune books, but not today. Today, I have other things to get to. And then lastly, I picked up Sharp's Fury by Bernard Cornwell. Sharp's Fury is a series of historical novels by Bernard Cornwell, who I love as the writer of the Last Kingdom series. The Sharp series follows I believe he's an English soldier through various battles in Europe. And this one takes place in which Captain Sharp has to protect a philandering diplomat and, deserted by his ally, faces the enemy. But where does it take place? The Battle of Barossa, March 1811. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's another series that I'm sure I'll get around to eventually, but just not today. But yeah, that's all for now, except that, hold on a second. I don't remember putting this one there. We got another book here. Where did this come from? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. No! No! Oh no! Oh no!